I have something to say about playing solo on Hurtworld. Playing solo means that you play alone because you simply don't want to team up with anyone, or you just enjoy to play alone or something like that. And I've seen some people complaining that the game development makes things harder for solo players. I've seen already someone writing on the web that the latest updates are making the game almost impossible to play as a solo player. And I don't believe that. I don't believe it's impossible or really hard as a solo player that I am. I am mostly dedicated solo player. I played a bunch of times with other people. They were cool teammates on other games. But see, my nature is playing solo, playing alone. And what happens if the game I really enjoy, one of my current favorite games I enjoy, just ruins everything for me as a solo player? What should I do? I don't want to team up. I want to do my stuff. I want to build my base as I want. And why they are doing this? No, I don't believe that. Okay? I already got on this server the things I wanted. I kind of reached sort, as you can see, the most expensive thing ever. I got it. And I got these lockers I already gave away to kill people, to a group of 5 persons and another group of 2. A few things, a few rare items that I currently didn't need, and I've made alliances. And I already got this stuff. Took me a few days on this server to build everything. You need time. If you want to play these survival games, you need time to do something like this. Okay, right. You need a few days. I did it. And I'm satisfied, I feel realized. And I feel like that people like me probably reach now the end game. For me, I don't believe there is end game on this game. Okay? Because I think I can find always stuff to do. I can always expand my base because I love base building. I'm just quite addicted to it, but I think I'm gonna leave it like this. And I can always travel around again a few times with my quad bike because I have a garage down there. With one there I found some pieces and I got really happy. I can go around, mess up with people, meeting others, and even gathering more materials. Or keep being an hardcore farmer. It's crazy the amount of oranges I have here. Probably will need to gather more stuff for crafting even more bullets. But yes, I will always find something to do. I'm gonna tell you the hardest part of this game, the hardest period of this game for solo players and for any other player is the beginning. The first time you spawn on a server and you got nothing, you gather the basic materials, you keep dying for some reason, for the environment, or for simply someone comes with a hatchet and just hits you in the head and you keep dying. Okay, it's completely normal in other games as well because you are extremely vulnerable to everything on the game at the moment you spawn. So the period between you spawn and craft an ownership stake and place your first foundation on the floor, it's the hardest part because as long as you have like a 1 versus 1 foundation on the ground and if your spawn point already set, it's the best thing ever for getting started. And after that, if you want to move your stuff to other place, your storage container things, you will move carefully, okay? And what happens is that I don't find that it's impossible or extremely hard to play this game as a solo player, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because there are a few tips that you need to follow if you want to play as a solo player, and everything's gonna be sort of fine if you follow this. The first tip is knowing better the server you're in. This takes a while, okay? It's one of the hardest things to find out. It's to find out how the server and player base behaves during the day and nighttime. If you have enough time for that, of course. The times you log in, you need to pay attention to how many players are in on that hour of the day or night you're playing. I'm sure you do that. Okay, so there are periods on the server that are kind of dead, others that are highly populated. Okay, so this server, I mean, let's say in weekdays and even on weekends, the population varies between 18 and 40 players. This is a 60 slot server, but it varies between that number. And that number is usually happening during the afternoon, 1 or 2 hours after the lunchtime until like 10 or 11 p.m. And after that, between the late night, like midnight, and during the entire morning, probably until 11 or even midday, the server is quiet, almost quiet, but it's like the population can be between 2 and 9 people. Okay, usually 7, 4, 7, 4, something like that. That's the best time to gather rare materials and go around. If you have a vehicle or not, go around to pick up your stuff safely. Okay, there's less people to meet. And the other tip is go during the nighttime, because during the nighttime, it's almost night actually here, you will be less spotted, hardly spotted, because okay, at night everyone will have some kind of difficulty to see people. Okay, so if you talk about Rust, you don't see anything. Here, you actually see something, but you will be hardly spotted. Okay. The other tip I give is, imagine that you go in an open field. Try to avoid a bit the middle of open fields. Okay. Always try to go close to some element of the map, like the rocks or big trees. And this is why, because you have 4 parts of the body: the front, the back, and the left and right sides of the body. If you go in the middle of the open field, all of your body parts are exposed to attacks from the enemy. And if you go close to a rock, that I usually do, is that one part, at least one part or 1.5 part of your body will be less exposed and will be actually protected by the rock. So the rock will be your shield for certain occasions and will also help you to be sneaky. I'm not telling to go like completely close to it, but like this. Do like this and you'll be fine. These are tips for solo players, and not only solo players but on groups. But the groups are actually much easily to spot because they make noise, okay? They make some noise and they are easily spotted. And also I have another tip for all kinds of players. It's recognizing the sounds of the steps of a player and the steps of an animal, okay? So boars or talkers, mostly talkers, make a noise when they are like walking or running that can be almost close to the sound of what a player does. Try to distinguish the sounds between player steps and animal steps. Pay attention to every step you take. I hope you agree with me in some way of telling that it's not that hard to go around alone by yourself. I'm not defending people that should play alone instead of in groups, because in group it can be actually fun. I could share my stuff with others and that will be grateful in certain ways, but I really prefer like this my own way. And I don't have no one to protect me, but also I have allies, and allies it's great to have on these kinds of games. And for example, not only Hurtworld but on Rust or on other games that you have base building and survival together. And one of the survival things is being allies with especially big groups. And how can you do that? First of all, if you are in a safe place, be nice with them, talk with them, okay? Actually, this group of 5 people that I met today, they approached me. They were nice. They were talking because they kept hearing doors opening and closing on their way, and I said, I'm here, I'm on my base, what do you want? And then I was like sniping them. I could kill 2 of them because they didn't see me, but I didn't. They were actually talking nicely and fair enough, so I took a risk. And made an alliance with them. They are cool, and also met another person earlier as well here, and made an alliance with them as well. So it's always good, especially when they are your neighbors. Well, thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.